Hi everybody. I know it's been some time since I've done a video. I wanted to share with you guys my Valentine's Day swap. I've been working on something, a surprise, something that I can share with everybody in February. And before that I was just doing Adriana and I swap. So this is actually the first time I've worked on Happy Mail for a very long time. So here's a banner that I made. This back piece here are these tassels that I got from Kohl's. It was a Christmas ornament that I took apart and I just smushed it in the background. So if you look closely, there's a layer here of tulle. This tulle is from Hobby Lobby. It looks like this. I sewed it on top of the back piece, and then underneath there's quite a few layers, but it's hard to see them all. There's a piece of ribbon here that I actually sewed or stitched on the edge. Then there's another piece here that's on top. That's this stuff here. I think it's from Joann's. I have it in white and it comes in pink. I'm sure it comes in other colors, but I only got the white and the pink. And then I used these. I made a rosette. I used some thread and I wrapped it. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I wrapped it around the whole thing twice. So because on this end it would go on the peak, but when you bring it over here, it goes in the valley. So I did all the peaks and then all the valleys again. And there's that one. This is a little shaker. I used nesting dies to do the heart. The die is from AliExpress. Also, this banner is also a die from AliExpress. And then I just filled it with a bunch of sequins and made a little shaker. This one, again, I layered it. This little bow Adriana made for me. These are from Target last year's dollar spot, but I think they still have it there. These stickers are from Target. I used, I Am Absolutely Alice gave me a little sample of this heart trim last year for Valentine's Day, and that's actually back here. You can barely see it, but it just adds more texture. Sometimes I cover up stuff so much, like this is what is that, cheesecloth, a pink roll of cheesecloth, and you can barely see it, but every single little layer adds another piece, another texture. So even if you barely see it, it's still worth putting it on there because it really does add to the finished product. Again, here's that tool that I used. I cut the heart out. I had to hand cut the tool because my dies never cut through the tool. Even the punches, it gets all stuck. Even if I back it with paper, I never have any luck. But here's that, again, that white like shimmery stuff. This is an old last year from Hobby Lobby. This is a Maggie Holmes button. I put a few enamel dots on there. This is actually, I always get it wrong. You'd think I would remember now. Vellum, right? Acetate is the other one. Yeah, I think this is vellum. I always get those two mixed up. And this one, I completely copied Adriana Alvarez. If you go onto my Instagram stories, you'll see. But she made me one for Christmas. It is literally the exact same thing, but it's Christmas trees and 2 stars. But I literally copied her. I couldn't think of what I wanted to do, and I have her banner sitting behind me, so I turned around. I was like, oh, I'll make one like that. I hand-stitched around the outside of this one instead of using my sewing machine. I love to use my sewing machine. As you can see, I literally use it on everything. It's right here. I'm like touching it next to me. I never really put it away. So that's the banner. I'm also sending her these goodies. This is just stickers that I put in a little envelope. Again, this is nesting dies. I stitched around the heart here. This is that AliExpress die. This is ribbon that I just took apart. A few layers. There's a star here, or excuse me, a heart here. You can barely see it. There's some back there. This is a memory dex card in here. I made these as bag toppers. I made a few of them. And I didn't want to stick it down here because I want her to be able to use it. I hate when people put so much time into their wrapping and then you have to rip it all apart, and I feel terrible, and I always want to reuse it, but you can't. So I literally just put this on here just to hold it so she could, of course, use this. So this is also a little bit of a gift. Oh, I sewed it shut. I forgot. I was going to show you the memory dex card. If you go to my Instagram, it is on there. I made her a really cute memory dex card. So here's this just simple. I did nothing to the bag. I literally just did the topper and shoved it on the bag. Here's 2 more. These banners I made using my scallop punch. I used the same size. First I was using 2 different sizes, but it didn't actually work very well. It was too much. I didn't want as much hanging over there. So here's a little banner. I stuck this little tassel on this one. And these I just made literally right on top of here. Again, here's that pink stuff. This is also ribbon. Both of these were wired ribbon, but I cut the wired part off. So don't be afraid when you see it says wired and not want to use it. I never used to get the wired stuff, but now I'm like, wait a minute, I can just cut the wire off. And I frayed this a little bit. This is this right here. So I cut this little beam off and then pulled it so it would fray a little bit. And then this, another little shaker spot. Again, this is ribbon. I forget where this is from, possibly Hobby Lobby. I bought it a while ago. I'm also giving her this one. This is the only one that I packaged with this little tassel. Again, here are the tassels. This time I used it to make like a little flag. She can take it out and use it if she wants. These are little envelopes. I left the envelope inside blank because I thought that they would be able to pull it out and put whatever they want on there. But again, more layers. First I stitched this side because I didn't want the back side of the thread. So I stitched this is confusing, but I stitched one way and then I had to flip it over and stitch the other way. So when I folded all the pieces together, it was the front of the stitching. I forgot on this one, so you can see the difference. See, this is the back of the stitching and this is the front. I made a mistake on this one. It still looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It looks awesome still. It gives it texture, but I wanted it to look like the front, not the back. So you just have to think sometimes before you start, when you fold it together, what it's gonna look like. So there's that. I think that's everything that I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope I inspired you to make something beautiful. Valentine's Day crafting is apparently my favorite time of year, and I have boys, I have nothing pink, but when it comes to paper, I love pink. All right, thanks for watching. Happy Valentine's Day.